Okay guys, so today I want to show you how to applique on this machine. I've done tutorials on my other machines on how to do applique on those. It's going to be very similar. Whenever you download a design that's for applique, it'll come with instruction, or at least, you know, the color order or like the stitch order and those kinds of information, or those kinds of bits of information will help you realize what you need to do. But I am going to point you guys to a free design from Designs by JuJu because I like their website. They have, I guess, probably Facebook like shows or hours or something like that where they do a free design and then you can download the design and follow along. So that's basically what I'm going to direct you to in just a moment. I'm going to show you how I would download it and put it onto my USB. I actually tried to use a generic, just any everyday USB of my husband's, but it was so full I couldn't put anything on it. So I don't know yet, again, if this machine will just take any USB. I don't see why not. But again, back this up. Whenever you get this machine, you can definitely just download these, you know, put this on your computer and just copy the designs, the files. There's only 3 files on this, so that you have that in case you need to put them back on here one day or whatever. Okay, so just make sure you have that. But I guess before I get too far, I did pick this up on HSN. If it's still available, I'll link it in the description box. That'll be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links, along with some of the other items I'll be using. But you're going to need your basic stuff for embroidery, which hopefully you've seen plenty of tutorials now. Maybe you've seen mine, even though they were kind of hectic at the beginning because I was getting used to this machine. You know how it is. You open it up, everything looks great on the Singer videos, and then you go to do it and you're like, what is happening? So of course I run into those things and I like to share them with you. That's why I don't clean up my videos really that much. So you're gonna need a stabilizer. You're gonna need for the applique, you know, some different kinds of material. I think I'm gonna use felt for the base. The design we're gonna do today is like a little bunny, and I think that'd be cute. And then I'm gonna use I was gonna go ahead and put it on another, you know, just a piece of cotton, you know, backing, maybe make another little bag for Miranda, but she's had enough bags. So what I think is we should do a towel. I haven't shown you guys how to do a towel. For that one, along with the stabilizer, I'm also going to use a water-soluble stabilizer because I like to tack down or push down the terry cloth of the towel with this. You don't have to, you can chance it, but you really don't want your needle getting stuck in loops and things. Mentioning needles, if you guys remember, Singer, when you go to embroider, it says to switch out your needle to an embroidery needle, and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. I have since ordered some embroidery needles. They're not in yet. They probably will arrive today because I got them from Amazon, so I'll link those too. Those would be in the description box. They're like 65.9 or something like that. There's different weights. This one is whatever generic needle was in here when I got the machine. So if that makes any difference in the stitching, it might. I'm not that far into embroidery to care that much, but I thought maybe we should get those out. So I did order some. This has been fine. The needle that's in there with you know, the machine has been good. And then so in doing that, I'm like, well, I don't really have any towels. Like, I haven't gone to the Dollar Tree to just grab a cheap one or, you know, something like that. And I remembered I saw a bunch of towels in my husband's area in the garage. And they're these bar mop towels. So he's going to love this. I'm just going to take one of these guys and put a bunny on it. How cute is that? Okay, so again, people like to wash their projects first. Obviously, you know, get that whatever is in this out. But I'm just going to put a little bunny on this. This isn't that terry clothish. Like, it's not super high pile or whatever they call it for this kind of thing, but I'm still going to show you how I would stabilize it with the super solvy or water soluble stabilizer, and then the back I'm still going to put a more stiff stabilizer. You don't have to, you can put solvy on both sides, you can do whatever you want, but basically the back of this isn't going to show. So let's go to the computer so I can do a little tutorial showing you how to get the design and download it. And then we're going to come and realize it here. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and put in my bobbin thread. I left it open because I had some other thread in there. So I'm going to get that in here and placed just like you do any bobbin thread. You literally just put it through here and put the cap back on, okay? So it will be embroidery weight bobbin thread, which we talked all about in the very first videos. I don't want to repeat a lot of these things because these videos turn out to be so long. So let's just get to it. Okay, guys. So yeah, Designs by JuJu usually has some kind of free images, not the ones that you get free because you order it or you place an order. They do that sometimes too. The way I found it this time around was I typed in free design. Just doing free shows you all kinds of other things that we're not looking into right now. And I already put them in my cart, but I can show you. So I already in cart. See, you can add this one to cart. All the ones that say 0, free red work, which is really nice. The one I think we'll focus on today, it should be this guy, huh? Because we're in fall. But I want to do this little bunny because she's so cute, and I think that'll be fun. So just add to cart, just like this. Add to cart. Mine's already in the cart. It does say $25 away from a bundle, because right now they have a deal where if you spend $25, you get a free bundle of designs. These are the ones I've already thrown in. Actually, I think I already have this one because it's from a bundle I bought a long time ago. They also have 12 for 12 right now still, I think. I think today's the last day for that, but they're always doing sales like that. So anyway, I already added all these things. I'm going to say proceed to checkout and see if I can... I was going to go to the checkout, but to be honest, it has all my information. Like as soon as you click on there, my phone number and all these things. So I'm just going to proceed to checkout, and when I come back, just go through the thing. Obviously, it's $0. After that, you'll be able to download your files. So let me finish this up, and sorry I can't walk you through it, but basically you guys know how to shop, I'm sure. I'll be right back. Okay, so when you get here, you have to click agree to all the following terms and conditions. Basically, they're saying like if you're purchasing the things, you can sell, I think, items, but you know, it's like an angel policy, all those kinds of things. But anyway, place order, and then if it doesn't show too much information, we will see. Basically, it's 000 because I just added a bunch of free things in here. And it's going to go to, obviously, thank you for your order. And then you can download designs right here, or you can go to your account. Or, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have an account, I guess you're going to probably set one up. I don't know how that works. But there it is. And so here they are. And they were just free. So I'm offering you this, or letting you know about this, because I want to work with this specific one. Oh no, I love the little butterfly too. Oh man. Okay, we said bunny, so we'll do the bunny. I'm torn. Alright, well maybe we'll follow up with the other one. It doesn't matter, it's the same thing. I'm just trying to show you guys how to do an applique, which is basically this. So you go over here to download, and you're just going to download it, and I believe, I know Singer does XXX, but you can also do, I can't remember what the other file type is. I want to say it's one of these like PCS or PS. I can't remember, to be honest. But there's two ways you can download files, or DST, I think that's the other one, DST and XXX. But you can look in your manual, it tells you there. I've just been doing XXX, so I'm going to stay with that. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to download. I'm going to go to my downloads, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here are my downloads. I'm just going to grab it and drag it. Obviously you can go to your downloads list on the top of your page. You know, I just have a lot of information there, and I don't want to share that right now. So this is the one we just downloaded, the free bunny. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to drag it to my USB disk, which is over here. It's the Singer disk, okay? So that way that gets put on here, because we need that design. Oh, there it goes. So here it is. Now, it's already there. Again, the other day I had done some stuff with Miranda's name and all that. And this is all my embroidery files that I purchased. I basically put them on here already, other than the alphas, like fonts, other than the fonts, because you can't really just play with a font anyway. And the machine, again, I don't have the My Sonnet stuff because it's down, so maybe you can. I don't know. I used Embrilliance, the free Embrilliance, which I already did a video on. So here, if you open this up, obviously we're on the computer, I can open it, I can read the instruction, but if you're on on your sewing machine, you're not going to be able to open this because it's just not going to open for you. So there's some info there. If I open the actual file, we have all these things. Really interesting because, well, let's see. You have the applique instructions, which again, you're not going to be able to see in the other thing, and it's really cheesy looking, to be honest. But it's telling you how to use like applique. Let me click off of that. I'm trying to see what else is on here so you guys can see that right now. Some more text. There's usually, okay, some images of the picture, and it's telling you here, number one's going to be the applique placement. Like I said, there's always a placement. There's a tack down. There's, again, another placement possibly. It just depends on what's going on. Like here, there's the applique placement line further down. This one just says it's the free bunny art, and this one says it's 4x4 art. I don't know. But either way, you're going to want a 4x4 hoop or larger, right, for this one. Something smaller is not going to work for you. But there's a little outline that it's going to do for the bunny, and then everything else is going to come in later. But I just wanted to show you this because this information is there. You're going to want to have this up. Now, of course, you're going to eject this because you need to put this into your sewing machine. So I didn't just, you know, I pretty much copied the file, so it's still going to be here on my computer so I can look at what I need to look at. I don't know why there's all this different stuff here, but it looks like it downloaded in all the different ways anyway, like DST, XXX, VP3, which is interesting. So hopefully this guy will work out for us. I think it will. So now I'm going to go ahead and, actually I'm going to open this up because I need this information for when we go to do our file. I need to be able to see what's going to happen. And so I'm going to have this open for me. It's showing me the colors, very small there. But you have an idea, right? The order it's going to go in. So the placement line is always going to get covered up. So I generally use the same placement line as what I'm going to do, like this tulip. I'll probably use the same thing. But, or whatever outline you're going to do. Maybe you're just outlining in black or whatever it is that you want to do. Obviously, all these colors you can switch out and play with. But yeah, so that's that. So I'll leave this open. I'm going to eject my USB and we're going to go to the machine. Okay, guys. So hopefully that worked out for you. I already put my embroidery weight bobbin in there. It still has a ton of bobbin thread. You know, some machines will let you know when the bobbin thread is low or empty. So it's not, you know, these newer machines, it's so easy to, oh, I lost my bobbin thread. Okay, it's going to stop stitching. You're going to just release your hoop, get in here, put in some new bobbin thread, put the hoop back on, and you're good to go. Back in the day, once you remove the hoop, the thing would be like, what are you doing? And it would like start over. It was just crazy. So it would be very unfortunate if you ran out of bobbin thread. So let's turn this machine on. I think I plugged it in, yes. Yes, got that done. And right now I don't have anything in here. I'm not going to put this on. Remember last time we had a little issue. It's telling you to take it off and I don't have one on there, so it's doing that. And I was like, oh, I've never started this with the cassette on, you know, with the hoop on. And then I shouldn't have done that because it kind of ran in over here. I will say the other thing I do is switch out my presser foot. So take the whole thing off, right, with this machine. And I wanted to show you what I've been doing now is storing in here. I don't think the whole thing comes out. I put the embroidery foot and the screwdriver in this part because I figure if I'm going to be doing it, that's where I'm going to need it. So I did that, and then I also just leave the USB in this storage. Anything else, you know, the little sleeve that you can put on your thread, those kinds of things that you would use probably for your embroidery, I would go ahead and pop in there. So I am going to go ahead, and you can turn your machine off and do this or whatever, but I'm just going to switch this guy out. And I did all this in a previous video, so just you can check that out. We got to take the whole foot off. So when you put the foot back on, you don't really need this to be gone. Like right now, see, I can remove it. But for this one, you need to take the screw completely out because it has to go back in through here. It's not, you know. Yeah, so hopefully I'm making sense. It doesn't have an opening, right, for it to slide in like this one. So you have to take it out to push it back in. So I'll be back. Okay, so sometimes, you know, I do things kind of in a fun way. But anyway, when I switch that out, for whatever reason, this thing switched up. But that's okay. Let's get this guy put in. We're not really at this stage yet. We still need to hoop up and do all that kind of stuff. But that's okay. We can just pop this in. And the singer, the word singer facing you. This little USB drive is so funny because it's so small. It's just like the inside of a USB. It's not like, you know how usually it has like a big holder or something cute. But if you press that, generally you should be able to access your USB, and there it is. All this stuff that's in there. But we'll close up on that in just a minute. Right now we need to hoop up, so let's go to another spot of my dinner table and we'll do that. It's kind of funny. This stuff is tearaway stabilizer, but when you go to tear it, it's not that easy to tear. It's just whenever it's been stitched, you know, you get in there. I'm just going to get a piece of this. A nice amount, obviously, to cover my hoop. Again, it's nice to save stuff, but you can't really be too chintzy with this stuff when you're actually hooping up. And then here's your hoop. It's 100 by 100, and I'll choose that on the machine in just a moment. You need at least a 4-inch hoop, right? That's what we talked about, the designs for 4 inches. And then this guy, again, this smooth side facing up. It has a little arrow right there that helps you know, like, yes, this is the right side. Otherwise, it's like this. We don't want that. So we're going to have this guy. I don't know that I really need to spray it, but I'm going to spray it real quick with some of this stuff. And I took it outside last time. Right now I have this box, an empty box here next to me, so I'll just use that just to get a little, the smallest amount of that basting spray on there to help us stick. Let's see, our towel. Where do I want? I don't think it matters. I don't know if my husband will care where this little guy is. We can put it in the bottom corner. It can go right in the center. Generally with a towel you put it right in the center. So I'm going to get this and stick it to my towel. Sorry guys, I know it's off camera. I'm just kind of holding it under my chin. So we have that stiff stabilizer back here. Again, this should be washed. I'm not really centering on this hoop, I'm looking at this. And then we're gonna put some of the water soluble Super Solvy on here. Again, if you have a higher, you know, pile kind of towel, you're definitely gonna wanna do something like this. There are some machines or programs that will help you do, like if you're doing a patch or just anything else, you can add a, like a pushback stitch or tack back, I don't forget what they call it, like push back, push down. Basically it'll just be like some stitches that'll help flatten it, and then you do your design over that, but you can definitely just use something like this. Ooh, this is nice. I feel like this is thicker than the stuff I used to use. Oh, this is good. For patches, I was like, I do also want to make patches. And you need some thick stuff because you just don't really want it to show, right? You're not gonna put your patch on a stabilizer or on like a fabric, right? This is, what? I remember using some really thin stuff. Like, this is really good. Okay, good. Well, and with this one you can also do a little quick spray if you want. It's a little quick spraying. You don't really need to because it's right on top. Some people just lace them down and just let the machine, when it does the first tack down, it'll tack it down too. But okay, so for me I kind of want this like here. That looks pretty centered. I don't know where this bottom hoop is. But that's alright, there it is. Okay, I need to release it. Oop, more because it's a terry cloth towel. So I'm going to open this up more. Towel is definitely thicker than just little cotton. So I'm going to mess with this a little bit. There we go, there we go, there we go. And I need a little more release. I think that's as released as it's going to be. So we've got to really fight with this. Let me pick this up, guys. Sorry, it's hard for me to do it with the camera next to me. I'll be right back. Much easier when that angle was right. That looks pretty good. I mean, I think that's going to be nice and straight. That's what it looks like. This is good to go. I mean, it's taut. I didn't do anything but release all of this. Like, there's no more to go. So I think if I just tighten it, we should be okay. Hold on, let's pop this back on here. Oh, that's interesting. I think that came right off. Hold on. So I'm telling you, when things work, they work. When they don't, they don't. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I was trying to see what happened here. So I pushed that back in. It just popped off. This is plastic. So it popped off there. This is still open. And I'm going to have to tighten it, right? I mean, unless it's just going to hold. Well, you know what? That's scary to me. This should close up. I'm going to release more that I can to get this. Okay, that's really tight. I don't want to break it, but it seems like, there we go. That is super secure. Don't be afraid. Just release more if you want. But okay, so this guy's ready to be placed onto our machine. Okay, so let me raise up this guy. I haven't put my thread in to pull the bobbin thread up, but if you think about it, as you're working with this, you're cutting things, sometimes it'll lose a stitch or whatever, or, you know, the thread snaps. It pulls it up on its own, but I don't ever want to tempt the fates. So for me, I always like to start loading it up. I go ahead and put my thread in to pull the bobbin thread up, and then I go from there. So I'm gonna see what first color I need to use, and I'll show you what that looks like. We can't read this on here. Like, I can see the embroidery file, you know, for DBJJ, so Designs by JuJu, free Facebook, that's what the FB bunny is, all there. But you can't open the file to read it there, so this is the one. The first three things, it's going to be an outline, and then it's going to be a tack down of your fabric. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then it's going to be the satin stitch, so it's the tulip one. Okay, so just to keep it the same so we don't get confused, I will use a tulip color thread, but you can use whatever you want, guys. It doesn't matter. You don't have to manipulate the colors on the thing. Just put the color in that you want, right, when you get there. I'm going to use felt, and I'm going to use some just regular cotton stuff that I have. You also need, I should have said at the beginning, an applique scissor or like a curved scissor. It's so funny, I have a curved scissor, it's like a manicure scissor, I'll probably use that. But I do have applique scissors, they're just fancier and cost more, so just, you know, whatever it is that you have would be great. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to load up this color, and I'll be back. And pull up the bobbin thread. I went ahead and got the bobbin thread pulled up. I'm going to readjust the camera angle for you guys, but for right now, for me, I just always leave those first three things, that the placement, the tack down, and then the first satin stitch the same color. I can see why you might want to change that out, you know, because the stitch that goes around the whole thing, maybe it's going to show like under your fabric, and maybe you use black and your fabric's white, you know, I don't know. But for me, I'm just going to pop this on here. I don't really care about that, so I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down even though we're not stitching yet, but why not have that ready. Let me readjust my camera angle and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so now, again, clear out the area all around you. You don't want, you know, your carriage bumping into something or whatever it might be. So we're going to do the bunny and check, and he's in here somewhere, so we'll keep going till we find it. 4x4. Now this is what's weird. It should only have, yeah, I was gonna say it should only show me the XX one. I don't know why there's two on here. Maybe there's some kind of glitch in their thing. Let's just say, okay, maybe one is, okay, it says broken. I do not know what that means, so let's not do that. How about this one? Oh, please work. Okay. See, that first one didn't work. I should just delete that, right? Okay, so let me pick this up because now it kind of did something funny here. Let's bring that back down. It's showing you a really rough image of this little guy. Again, we have our computer open, we know what colors we need, we know what we need to place down as far as fabric, because you're looking at it with the colorway. It does come with a little bit of information that's telling you, oh, you know, obviously to use the colorway to let you know what goes next, but you're definitely have to look at the design on this one. It was a free thing, and they did go over, I guess, in Facebook, I'm assuming that's why it says FB. If you're buying a file from them, it has full color instruction what you need to do, okay, so don't worry about that. I'm going to go to the hoop though and just make sure it's 100 by 100. Yep, perfect. If I say, you know, if I press this button here, it's going to show me where it's going to stitch, which is really nice. It's going to start there. And it's a good little size image. Look at that. How cute is that going to be? Oh my goodness. Okay. And I can just put it back. Whatever. That's the center of it, and that's back to the beginning. Okay. So, okay guys, I feel nervous for some reason. Okay, let's hold this. Like I said, the first thing it's going to do is just do our tack down, our placement. You're going to need that for the applique because that's where you know where to place your fabric. You don't have to unhoop anything, you don't do anything. Let's just get started. So let's press play. Just doing some stuff. Okay, so that is essentially my tack down at the beginning. They just want you to get rid of the string, the end of your thread, and you can press OK or you can just press play. And again, right now all it's doing is doing a stitch that shows me the placement where I need to put my first layer, which is essentially the whole bunny. And I just have a piece of felt here. This is just felt that I have in my stash. I can link it to Amazon. We'll see how it does. I don't know. I've never really, I just thought it would be cute for this one. Okay, so I need a piece of felt that's roughly like this big. You don't need a waist, but at the same time you do want to cover the area, right? So very quickly I'm going to get a little spray of the basting spray on this. You just need a little something, okay? A little basting spray. I'm going to open this up. It did not cut the thread, so I'm going to try to pull some because I'm going to use it. Oh, it did cut it. It did cut it. It just stayed underneath. Okay, interesting. That's what happened last time where I wasn't sure if it cut. Okay, so again, sticky side facing down. I want you to see that there is a little outline there, and all you're going to do is place your fabric there. So, foot up. Do not remove it from the hoop yet, and you can just put that right on there. And again, I put a little basting spray to help me hold it, but it's not going to be the biggest deal because just like before, it's going to tack down and you go from there. I'm going to pull a little more thread. I'm going to put the foot back down, the presser foot. Again, you're supposed to switch out colors like they're instructing, but I'm not. I'm just going to go with the same thing. So, well, you can say okay, or you can just press play because it's just going to go to the next thing. And this machine does a tack down always, and then it asks you to cut the offending thread over here. Get out of the way. And another thing I used to do, I would keep chopsticks with me sometimes and just kind of hold this down, just in case. But you can kind of, I'm barely holding it with my fingers. I'm not impeding the machine in any way. And now what it's doing is it's going to sew on top and tack down your fabric. So it's just a simple stitch, just like the line stitch basically. Look how cute. And it's doing double. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be adorable. The reason you use the solvent one on top, this one, is because it washes away. So if you use the white, you know, thick stuff, you're gonna have to cut it away and it's just not gonna look as neat. Anyway, so here, there should be a cut because before we go to the satin stitch, you're gonna remove all of this, okay? So we're gonna lift this up and I'm assuming it cut. Yes. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, now we're gonna remove the hoop. Again, if you have an old school machine, it might freak out. Hopefully your machine's not that old. But we're gonna remove the hoop and we're gonna trim this away. So let me go get my scissors. Okay, so you're gonna go in, do not take it out of the hoop. My goodness, do not take it out of the hoop. What you're gonna do is go in and with your scissors, if you have applique scissors, they're kind of big and they have like a flat area. These are just curved scissors. So it's curved in a way that helps you get close and then not cut the very, like into your things. Try to get as close as you can. Being on camera here, I can't get it that close, guys. But I'm gonna put this on my lap and go watch a little TV and trim this away, okay? So you're just trimming away the fabric, whatever it is that you used. I used something cute and soft, but I'll be right back. I got as close as I could with those scissors. Look at that. I mean, it just leaves like the littlest thing. I will say she's gonna have a little bow in her head. You know, if you wanted to leave some of the white fluffiness here so that when the bow comes in, it's not like dropping off. I hope that makes sense because it's pretty puffy. You can do that. I didn't do that. So that's all. Now we're gonna put this back on. And you would do this with any design. And you'll see there's gonna be a couple different colors. Every time we do the color, I'm gonna slide this back on. Oh, actually I should bring it back. We're gonna remove the excess fabric. So it doesn't get stuck in the next thing. I'm telling you, I'm so excited to do in the hoop projects with you guys. I'm just like looking forward to it. Okay, so we have that. We put this back on. Let's drop our presser foot. I'm gonna hold my thing here. It's telling me, and that's why I'm trying to show you everything. To go to step 3, and step 3 is gonna be the satin stitch around this little guy. So again, I'm just using the same color. For whatever reason, they tell you to use different colors, you know, do whatever you like. I'm just gonna remove that from there. That one kind of tacked itself down too, which is annoying, but that's okay. So let's say okay. And I will check back with you in a minute. It's gonna do a nice satin stitch, or at least it should. So let's see. It's kind of bulking it up right now, and then it's gonna go over and over and over, which is really, really nice. I love that. Oh, it's gonna be a nice stitch. See, they do such great designs because this one it's accounting for that. You got close to your stitching, the placement stitch, or the tack down stitch, but it's gonna go around that even a little better. I was actually thinking this might be nice for a patch. I don't know if they use it for a patch, but it looks like a nice design for that. So anyway, all right, it's gonna keep going. So that was working. I was getting scared. I'm like, was I supposed to put another color down here? But that's his little feet, so I think the little feet are white. Again, go look at your images, right? So you know what you're doing. All white, at least that's what I chose. And then, you know, I mean, you can also tack down something there if they said you can do that. I don't know. I'm assuming you can. And I probably could have put another color in here, honestly, if I wanted to. But the next thing is going to be the ears tacked down. See how they didn't put any colors in here? So that is your imagination, okay? So, I mean, I probably could have put another little fabric in here, but I don't think they accounted for that. So I think that was supposed to be white. If I go back and look at the image. But the satin stitch is looking amazing. Let me see if I can show you. It bulked up the stitch all around, and now it's doing the satin part. And look how nice that is. So cute. Okay, excited for the next part. And the next thing, once this stops, is going to be, and the next thing is pink bleeding heart. And I'm pretty sure that has to do with this little heart right here. And then this yellow is the center of it. And I know that's different from the mouth because here, once we do some other things, you have the black for the eyes, you have white for the dot, and then probably the cheeky pink for the mouth is what I'm assuming. Either way, I'm using pink, so I'm not really that upset about it. But I'll grab some a cute color for the heart. It doesn't have to be the same, but I'll try to find something like that. Really cool, because as it's working, it left some areas kind of less satin because you're gonna have other things appliqued in there, so you know, to reduce the bulk there. But I did grab a pink and like a yellow for the heart coming up next. It's almost done. You can see 220, 219, 2 whatever, the stitch count is going real fast. So I'm gonna switch this out to the pink, and I will be right back. Someone mentioned not to pull your thread from the top out because you can mess up like the little thing in here. I've never done that. I've had tons of machines and I've never even seen anybody do that, but she says cut it up here and then pull it from the bottom if you're concerned with that, guys. So cut it from up here, pull it out from the needle, okay? But I don't know. I'm just an old dog. All right, so let me load up the pink and I'll be right back. Put that in. We're gonna drop this back. We are gonna go back to the lilac because what it's gonna do is it's gonna do this little heart and then it's gonna do little hands that are holding it. So I'm just gonna hold this and say to go. Oh, did I just push that? Hold on, what happened? That was scary. Let me go back. Ooh, what did I do? Did you guys notice that? I pressed the thing. I did not mean to press the thing. So I know there's a way to go back to where you want to be, but I don't know what that is. So let's go to needle. Let me press play again. I don't know what happened. That was weird. I think I pushed it, didn't I? Something happened. I don't know what that is. Or maybe it's just a tack down. I don't know. That was scary. Okay, well let's press play and hope everything's okay. Yeah, it's doing a heart shape, so I guess I'm good. That was very weird. Okay, so that's the pink. Yeah. I'm scared. I'll be back, but it's putting the little pink part in there, and then it's gonna do yellow center the next thing. It just stopped. That means it cut the pink off, I suppose. Yeah, that was weird. All right, I'm gonna load up the yellow, and then we'll keep going. Okay, again, let's put that down. Let's press play. I don't do the best job of trimming those, but that's all right. Okay, press play again. You don't have to take a second to say okay. You can just press play, and that's the yellow. And then I'm not making this up. As we talked about, I'm going by what the computer is showing, right? The little list. How cute! And it's going back to the lilac that we used for the satin stitching. So I'm gonna lift this up, and I just remember that off the top of my head. But you can always look back and see where you are. It's telling you you're number 6, so even if you forget like which one, which step did you just do, you can go back and check that out. So I'm gonna put the lavender back on, or lilac or whatever, and I'll be right back. Okay, again, I'm gonna drop that down. I'm gonna say go ahead and stitch. Cut that guy, and just keep going. So now it's going to do the little hands. If it's off at all, it's probably because remember I pushed this thing, I didn't mean to, but it should be okay. All right, so it's going to do the little hands kind of holding the heart. And I'll be back. Okay, it just stopped. Now, again, they're not giving a lot of instruction on this free design, and it is a little bit funky because there's going to be a little bit, some things we're going to think about. Next, number 7 is applique placement line, and then the applique tack down. And you're using like these little pink colors. And then this one down here is plum. See how it's like a darker color? So I don't know if it's going to be for everything, what it's going to show me right now, but I'm going to do what it says, and I'm going to use pink anyway. So I'm going to go with a light pink, or just a pink color. And see what happens, because later on we're going to do another applique placement line and tack down. So I don't know which one's going first, to be honest, but either way I'll just use a pink like they said. So they use light pink and then the tack down, and I'll be right back. Again, I don't know which one this is going to do, so I just put a pink in here, and let's just say okay. Well, duh, let's press play. I had a feeling it was going to be the ears, and I chose a very bright pink when it's supposed to be a light pink, but that's okay. So let's keep going. And it's doing a little outline for the ears. We should do both, yeah. Very interesting. Okay, it's gonna stop. And now I'm gonna choose a color of fabric to use the ear for the ear area. I haven't done that, so let me choose that. Pick this guy up. So I'm just gonna get a little piece. I mean, it is the smallest little strip we need to put across there. So let me choose a color. I mean, it can be anything. I guess one of these. I'm gonna find the middle of this thing, unfortunately. And okay, So again, I just need a little piece. Now it's folded in half. And let me see, will this go across? It can, okay. So I'm just gonna take a little hunk off of this. Again, a quick little spray. I'm gonna put a little spray on this and I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna lift this up. We haven't taken anything off just like before. We're just going to look in the area where the little ears are, right? And I'm just gonna lay this down. Again, I put a little bit of spray on the back of this to help me. So we're gonna put this in here and kind of push it down so we know it's in the right spot there. Pull this. I'm gonna hold this down. I'm gonna hold my thread end and just press play. So it's not gonna do the satin stitch on this until the end. So that's why it's kind of an interesting way it's written up. So there's that guy. Press play, and again, if you want to hold it a little, just lightly with your fingers, that little stickiness should do it. This is so cute. Okay, it's gonna do the other side, at least it should. And then again, we're gonna pause here and remove that because we don't want to do the face. The next thing is the face for whatever reason. That's how this one's planned out. And then it's got the very end gonna do the satin stitches. So there we go. And what I'm going to do is lift this up. It should be cut. Yes, it is. Okay. I was like, what's going on? I'm going to pull that a little bit longer. Go ahead and get this out. And we're going to, again, take our scissors and just cut real close. See that little glue? It just helps just a little bit. Get real close as you can, to your little stitching. And cut this away, okay? Cut away from this one, cut away from this one. These little extra bits, obviously we don't care about that. You can just cut those. Okay? Just stay real close. I did my best. Trim that away. There's some other little bits. These guys, I usually pull them from the back. Actually, that one came off anyway. But I usually pull them out from the back when I'm done, so I'm not too concerned about that. If there's like a little tack down stitch that's just kind of hanging around. So again, let's slide it into this guy. Pick up your presser foot. Depends on where this is, right? So we're sliding it in. Put the presser foot down now. Okay, I need to switch out to, I believe it was black. Yep, or charcoal, whatever color you want for the eyes. So I will be right back. I'm going to switch that out to black embroidery. Okay, just loaded up the black. Go ahead and go there. And that's step 9. Hopefully you can kind of see that still. And what is happening? See, it did that last time too. I don't know, guys. That was weird. I'm going to press play. Now it's going to ask me to cut the thread, which I already did. I don't know. It might be something the way it's interacting with the machine. I don't know. But okay. We're doing black. And I'm going to let it go. It's doing the little eyeball right now. That is adorable. There's a little white because of the felt, but I'm going to make some lunch real quick and go ahead and switch out to white because white is the next one. So step 10 is white. Well, I've been taking the extra time to get this thread inside this loop, you know, and other people, they don't care. They just hold it and let it go, but I don't want to jinx this in any way. So anyway, next, number 10 was white. It's going to tell me to cut my little thread, which is fine. Cut into the, well, I didn't cut into it, but I gouged my little felt. Oh, it slipped out, see? What is going on? It's not a thread break, it just slipped out, but I'm still going to rethread it because sometimes I feel like it loosens up, something happens, you know? So I'm going to rethread this and then go back a few stitches. We'll do that together. I put the new thread in. I'm going to go, it has 55 stitches already, and you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. 57. That seems weird because the number's getting higher. Anyway, okay. I guess that means, yeah, that means there's 58 stitches left, 57 stitches. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's just start there. I'm gonna press play. Yeah, that's the little eyeball area anyway. Okay, we're gonna cut this, and hopefully it'll just go and be okay. The number's getting higher, meaning that's how many stitches you have left. And it's not that many for the little eyeball, so. Oh, the pupil. Okay. Looks a little crazy, but that's alright. Okay, number 11. Let me see what number 11 is. Number 11 is a color they're calling Cheeky Pink, which is basically the little mouth. So whatever color you want for the little mouth, go for it. So I'm gonna grab a cute color and I'll be right back. I just went with like a red. So yes, yes, yes. Some machines don't stop to let you cut that thread, and usually I just kind of follow it until where it looks good and then I cut it while it's still doing its thing. Oh, didn't put this back on, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, I'm doing the mouth. As fast as I said it's doing the mouth, it stopped. So, alright, we're going to switch out to the next color. And I will be right back. So it's essentially number 12, which is a placement line. And it's going to be a placement line for the bow. So if you're going to go with the same colors like the dark purple, I would just go with purple, to be honest. But do whatever you want. So they're doing light pink and then a darker pink for the tack down. And it's basically they want to show you the difference, right? And then after that, it's going to do the satin stitch on the ears. That's what the pink is. And then it's going to do the satin stitch on the bow. So I'm just going to grab the same purple color I'm going to use for this, and I'll be right back. So let's go ahead and set it down. I did the purple. I'm going to use the same purple. I'm probably going to have to switch out though because it actually goes to do the ears and then the bow again, so I'll have to switch out after this. But I'm just going to use the same purple that I'm going to use for the satin stitch because that's what I want to do. So I'm going to say okay. Again, this is number 12. And there we go. Maybe it's closer to cut it this way. Just go. So it's just going to do a placement line right now, and then the next one's going to be the tack down. So it's doing the placement line for the bow, and it's going to do that pretty quickly. So I'm going to go back to my colors here, and from one of these strips I'm going to use like this bluey purple one because I know it has like a purple area, or area that looks, that's actually more blue than anything. That's alright. Oh wait, hold on. In here I have some like lighter purple, so I'm just going to take a little chunk that can fill in this area and I'm going to spray it with a little glue, right, the little adhesive on the back, and I'll be right back. I got on my hands. So okay, I'm going to pick that up when I went to spray it. Gonna get the end of my thread, pull that a little bit longer, make sure, you know, it doesn't even feel sticky, to be honest. I don't even know which side I put the stickiness on. It got mostly on my hand. So that's okay. I'm going to put it right here because that's where the bow is, right? Just in the same area where it showed you that the little stitches. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to hold my string. I'm going to flatten this out. Try to push that down. This might not be a very good idea. Okay, so let's just say go. It does a really nice little tack down for us. And I'm going to press play. I'm kind of holding this here. Again, I'm not putting pressure. I'm just barely holding it. So right there, it's kind of doing a little something funny on me, but that's okay. Alright, so now I tacked down the first one. I'm just going to go over it again, and I'm not too worried about that because the first one held it down for me. Again, I got that spray on my hand more than anything. Okay, so now, before we finish with our satin stitches, we're almost done with our project, guys. I'm going to pull that. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this anyway because number 14, I know you don't see it, number 14 is going to be the ears. So just pick that up. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep it here nearby because I'm going to use it again. We're going to remove our hoop. Again, you press this down, pull that out, and just like before, raise that up. Come in with your little scissors and get real close to that little stitch line and go all around and remove that, okay? I know it's like I'm not even doing anything right now, but I'm just going to get real close and remove the excess. Okay guys, I already put the pink back on. Step 14 is the pink, or whatever color you're using, right? It's, if you changed it up, then change it up, but always remember what you're doing. But it's going to be the pink sherbet, and they do give you numbers. I didn't really talk about what I'm using. I'm using sulky, I'm using, you know, rayon, I'm using polyester, I'm using all these different things, because that's just how I do it. But if you want to be very specific, those are the things they're using. It's going to be the pink sherbet for the little ears, okay? So I already loaded that up. It's the same pink I used for the tack down and for the, sorry, for the placement line and the tack down. Placement line always comes first, but you know, it's going to give you 2 chances. So anyway, all right, let's get this back in here. I'm gonna pick this up, but look how close we are. Very cute. Okay. My goodness, why am I having such an issue at the moment? Lift that up, get this in here. There we go. Yeah, we're already past that. Okay, so what is this thing doing? It's It's giving me a little problem. There we go. Okay. So, again, I'm going to hold this like I normally do. Put our foot down, or whatever. It's not really a foot. It's a hoop. I don't know. Okay, so it's going to ask us to trim that thread. And I'm just going to say okay. And hopefully we don't have any thread breakages. But again, they're very generous the way they do their design. They went past the little ear to make a really nice, you know, satin stitch. I mean, look how beautiful. I'll show you that when we get there, but nice and thick. Of course, that also has to do with the thread you're using. If you're using, you know, 4008, 6008, whatever, embroidery threads do come in different weights. But like I said, I'm using Gooderman, I'm using Sulky, I'm using all these different things. This one's viscose. So it does make a difference with how the satin stitch looks. This is a cheap one from Hobby Lobby. It's their 99-cent one, basically. And it looks really nice. So can't complain about that. All right, finished one ear and I was going to do the other satin stitch. I'll be back. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, just finished up and I'm going to load up the purple. And that's it. That'll be it for the design. I'll be back. Okay guys, 15 of 15, which isn't a lot, but there is, you know, some stopping and starting in there when you're trimming away and all that, but let's go. Okay. Very cute. I will say when I got to here, I went to record, but it didn't, you know, it had just finished like right in here. It went, it was having a hard time, but I can see it's because in that area there's like 1, 2, 3 plus the felt and the towel, so it was really thick in here, and it just sounded funny. That's all, and it was kind of like picking up higher than I thought because I think the needle was probably getting stuck in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really had to work hard. But we're done, guys, so we have our little done, and you can just say you're done, and it does that. And I already cut my thread, and I'm going to release it, and we are going to check out our handiwork. I will say at this point, I mean, you can shut everything down if you're going to leave your thread in there, I don't know, but I would put that away, take this guy, you know, you can turn off the machine at this point. I usually just park it, remember, so you press the hoop, you go into the size of the hoop, and you say park. Move everything out of the way. We're going to put this down and then park, yes. It's telling me to put the other foot on there for some reason. I don't know. May I have to lift this back up? I don't know. Let's say, okay. Park. That's what I pressed. I said yes. Oh, okay. All right. The foot has to be up for it to park. And now I'm going to go home and then I'm going to turn off the machine. So I'm just going to put this down, cover that, and turn it off, and then you can safely remove the USB. Ah, there it is. All right, let's go to my crafting space and we'll finish up. Before I go to my spot over there, I did want to show you, look how much is still on this bobbin, and I've already done, what, 3, 4, maybe 4 different embroidery projects, and they're all very intensive of thread, and that's the whole difference with that bobbin thread than your normal weight bobbin thread. But anyway, okay, all right, guys. So you know, it's easiest to unhoop it and then do your little bits here. So again, we can do the quick unhoop and quick release. There you go. Or you can undo it completely. Now this stuff is really thick and it's actually really nice. So if you can use this on another project where maybe there's just a little something that you were gonna write a name on a towel or something, then maybe this will work for you. You know, you can still reuse this. Something happened there. Maybe it got wet. You know, I did wash my hands. Look, it's like gone. But anyway, you can use this piece on something else, right? If you just need a little bit across an area, or even like this one. I mean, that was almost the same. But basically, we're just going to rip that off. And on the back, we're going to tear it off. Now, remember, I told you that thing sounded like it was struggling. I don't know what it did here. There's tons of the thread down at the bottom. Something obviously happened in that area. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so I'm going to tear this off. I generally just leave this in the background. As you're washing these things, it'll come off. You've seen like kids' clothes when you buy it and it has like that big, basically stabilizer on the back that's still there, and sometimes it'll just stay there forever. It just depends on what you're using. But you know, just come back here, clean it up, Generally on the back, I don't really worry about it, to be honest. I just leave it. I mean, obviously I get rid of like the longer threads, but you can clean that up as need be. And on the front, this other stuff, it just washes away, so I'm not too concerned with it. If you're making patches, you're basically making it on this stuff. This one's really nice, this sulky solvent, so if anything, what I would do, it is nice and thick, but you want really, really thick stuff. So if you're gonna make a patch, I would double it up. I would put 2 layers, and it would just be that. It's just solvent on here, and then you start doing your patch. All this embroidery, all this stuff would just be on that clear piece, you know, and then you just tear it away, and you would be left with this little guy in your hand, right? So you don't really want to wash it off completely because it gets really sticky and kind of gross. So it's better to just tear away as much as you can. The rest of it's underneath our design, and it will wash away in time, right? So I'm gonna go through and just clip away a lot of these little extra bits, okay? And I'll be back. There's just a few little strays here. Okay guys, I think I'm all done with cleaning that up, and look how cute he is. My goodness, or she. I mean, just everything. Look at the satin stitch. That's what you're looking at. So it built it up, built it up, built it up, and then it went and did it so it's nice and bulky, and that's what I'm saying. This can make a patch probably pretty easily. I mean, this is the only area where it's not as thick as this part. And again, maybe, like I said, maybe you want to leave a piece of the felt there so when it does the placement for the bow, there'll be felt there, right? And then you cut it away whenever you go to do the next part, right? Before you do the rest of it, basically, just like we did at the very beginning. But how cute. So I hope that helped out. Again, I'll try and link the, well, I'll link their Designs by JuJu so you can go ahead and download the same one, maybe some of the other ones, and have fun, try it out. I mean, you can put a name on here, obviously all the kinds of things you can manipulate if you have like software like Embroidery or some of these other companies, but that one seems the most popular. I am looking at getting a patch software because I think it's cute. What's that company? Dime? I forgot. Something in machine embroidery. Discovery? I don't know what it's called. But anyway, that's another company. I think they have one just for patches. So like if you just want to make patches and put your designs on it and all that, and then you save it and then you bring it to your machine, right? You can do that. But super cute. Love the way it came out. I used felt. I haven't done that before, at least not on a towel. I would definitely reserve this kind of thing probably for like a quilt or something like that. I don't know if it's great for a towel every day to have this little felt there, but I just wanted to show you a couple different tutorials, some different tips on this kind of material. So, and then doing the applique. Super cute. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.